Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really fundamental for healthcare quality improvement.
Yeah, it's about recognizing and, maybe more importantly, celebrating those small wins.
Exactly. We've looked at insights from places like JCI, NABH, iSQA, and resources like the QI Playbook.
Right, to give you a really clear picture of why this matters for actually making change happen.
Because change in healthcare,
Right.
well, it's often slow, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's complex, it unfolds bit by bit.
So these smaller steps, these little victories, they become, well, incredibly important.
They really do. They're like the first concrete proof that things are moving in the right direction.
Which is vital for keeping momentum up, keeping people positive.
Absolutely. And there's a psychological element too, isn't there? Like, our brains respond to success.
Yeah, like triggering reward centers. It reinforces the good stuff.
Exactly. It builds that internal motivation, which, lasts longer than just top-down pressure.
Totally. So think about those small things, like maybe patient falls dip slightly on one unit.
Or a team actually starts using that new checklist consistently.
Yeah, or maybe they hit their hand hygiene goal for a whole week after trying for ages.
Individually, maybe not earth-shattering, right?
Right. But the stuff we looked at really hammers home how they add up. They build towards something much bigger.
It's like they fuel this positive cycle.
Okay, tell me more about that cycle.
Well, first, they build confidence. Staff start believing the improvement methods actually work.
Makes sense. Seeing is believing, kind of.
Then it engages the team more. People feel like, okay, what I'm doing is making a difference.
That ownership piece.
Exactly.
Okay.
And crucially, it builds momentum. You get these small wins. It makes it easier to tackle the bigger projects.
There was that concept, the progress principle, from Teresa Amabile at Harvard.
Oh, yeah, that's a powerful one. Mentioned in the QI playbook.
The idea that just feeling like you're making progress, even tiny steps,
Massively boosts creativity and productivity.
which is huge for healthcare improvement work.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it can lead to a real shift in the culture over time.
So the big question then is, how often do we actually notice these wins?
That's the thing, isn't it? In the daily grind, the constant pressure.
It can just slip by, easy to overlook.
The research suggests they really do. We get focused on the big problems, the major goals.
Right. So it's not always about the headline-grabbing changes.
No, often it's more subtle. Like
Yeah.
a process just starts running a bit smoother.
Or staff start saying positive things about a change, unprompted.
Yeah, or you hear patient stories that kind of reflect the goals you were aiming for.
Those are good indicators. What else?
Maybe teams start looking at their own data more proactively, taking initiative.
That's a good sign of engagement.
Or just a simple drop in complaints about a specific thing.
All signs that things are getting better, even if it's not a huge leap.
And making these visible helps everyone understand what's working and why.
I like that practical idea from the QI playbook, the QI journal.
Yeah. Simple but effective.
It's just a shared place, digital, or even a notebook, right? Where teams log observations, little successes.
Makes those quiet wins visible. Turns the implicit into something explicit everyone can see.
This seems like a good habit to build.
Well, it connects nicely to that real-world example we found, the hospital in Kochi.
Oh, the wall of wins. Yeah, tell us about that.
Okay, so it's a 200-bed hospital, and basically departments just put sticky notes on a wall.
Sticky notes about any success, no matter how small.
Apparently so. And the interesting part is the impact it's had.
What did they report?
That it's really become part of their culture now, a real boost in team pride.
Okay.
And people are more willing to share improvements, even from, like, the quieter department.
So it encourages openness.
And builds confidence across the board. People see wins happening everywhere.
And didn't leadership play a role too?
Yeah, that's key. The director highlights the top 3 wins every Monday morning in their huddle.
So that recognition from the top really motivates people.
Definitely underscores the value they place on it. It shows these things matter.
It really shows that celebrating doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
Not at all. And the materials we reviewed had loads of other ideas too.
Like the visual boards you mentioned, or digital dashboards. Just making success visible.
Or even just starting team huddles with a quick win of the week shout out.
Simple, but effective for morale.
Totally. Or maybe a QI star of the month, a certificate, a small token.
Recognizing individuals, makes people feel valued.
And increases the visibility of the actual work being done.
Plus, with things like internal newsletters or even, WhatsApp groups.
Oh yeah, easy to share success stories now.
Okay.
Photos, maybe short video clips of staff.
Amplifies the positive vibes, builds that shared sense of achievement.
And don't forget the fun stuff.
Like what?
Well, the resources mention things like informal tea and talk sessions to celebrate,
Nice. Bit of cake never hurts.
or just small treats in the break room, or even a rotating trophy for winning team or department.
Little things that boost morale and make the workplace feel more positive.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging the effort.
We found some really concrete examples of this too, didn't we?
We did, like that radiology department.
Right. They reduced film report mismatches.
Yes, significantly. From like 12 a month down to only 3.
Wow, that's a big improvement. How'd they celebrate?
Team lunch, apparently. And they put up a patient thank you board.
Oh, I like that. Connecting the win directly back to patient benefit.
Yeah. And then there was the OPD reception team.
What did they manage?
Cut down patient registration time, went from 12 minutes average down to 7.
Also impressive. What was their reward?
A golden timer badge.
Huh. That's fun. A tangible symbol of their speed.
Exactly. And one more, the pediatrics ward.
Hand hygiene.
Yep, completed 3 PDSA cycles successfully.
Plan, do, study, act. Good for them.
Their celebration was putting up clean hands, happy patient stickers by each bed.
A constant visual reminder. Nice.
All great examples of making wins visible and celebrating them.
So let's sort of pull this together for you, the listener. What are the main things to take away?
Well, first, these small wins, they're not just nice to haves, they're actual proof your efforts are working.
Right. They justify keeping going, maybe even doing more.
And celebrating them, that builds ownership among the staff. People feel invested.
It makes all that often invisible QI work much more visible, too.
And let's be honest, it boosts motivation massively.
So the bottom line is really every single step forward counts.
No matter how small it seems, it's valuable, it's worth acknowledging. It builds that culture.
Exactly. So maybe as you wrap up listening to this deep dive, just ask yourself or ask your team.
What went better this week than last week?
Yeah. Such a simple question, but it could be a really powerful starting point for noticing and celebrating those small wins.
And it taps into that whole improvement journey.
And if you're keen on getting knowledge efficiently, like we aim for here.
Understanding this piece about small wins, it's a really powerful insight. It's a core driver of progress.
It really is. It just reminds you that in quality improvement, well, small actions add up.
They have this cumulative impact. So don't underestimate recognizing even the tiniest success